Stop! It's hammer time! Hello youngsters, and welcome to this week's installment of Weekend Wankshop. Here's your good buddy, Uncle Ben. This week's lick is all about our noble friend, the loyal hammer-on. This is a lick that I made up for you guys so you can practice using hammer-ons and a couple of sneaky position shifts to get in and out of several different scale patterns in the guitar-friendly key of D. Give this one some practice and it'll probably help you improve your legato timing as well as give you some ideas about moving laterally across the fretboard. But before we dig into it, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And as always, you can find a full tab for this week's lick on my Instagram page, so be sure to go to Instagram, look for BenEllerGuitars, find the tab for this week's lick, learn how to play it, and upload a video of yourself hammering on through it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Okay, so this whole lick is based around the D major scale, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. You could use it in the key of D, or in the key of B minor, which is that key's relative minor. It's all the same notes, B minor and D major, it's all the same notes anyway, and due to the notes that this lick kind of targets, you could play it successfully over a D major chord or a B minor chord. If you're playing it over D, it'll end on the root note. If you're playing it on B minor, it'll end on the flat third of that chord, so either way, you're good to go. So this lick is starting off on the 9th fret of the high E string with our 3rd finger. What we're going to do is we're going to play that note and hammer on to fret 10. Next, what we're going to do is to play the 7th fret here on the high E string and hammer on to 9. So now we got... Next, we're going to play the 10th fret here on the B string, then go back to the 7th on the high E. So now you got this sequence. Next, you're going to play the 8th fret here on the B string with your middle finger and hammer on to 10. Play the 7th fret on the B, hammer on to 8. So now you got this sequence across the top 2 strings. After this, we're going to play the 9th fret here on the G, back to the 7 on the B, roll up here and grab the 7 on the G string next. That's a little bit of a tricky move right there. Basically what I'm getting at here is don't fret it like this. Going from fingertip to fingertip like this doesn't really work or sound smooth, especially at high speeds. Whenever you fret that 7th fret B right there, see how I'm kind of fretting it low on the finger? I'm not on the tip, I'm kind of on the face of the finger. That's so I can roll straight up just by bending my finger and get onto the G string, like that. Roll. So after you roll onto that 7th fret here on the G string, you're going to hammer on to 9. And then here's our first position shift. You're going to shift down here to 6 with the 1st finger. So my 1st finger was here at 7, it's going to shift down to 6. And hammer on to 7. So that whole move will feel like this. Next you're going to play 9th fret D, 6 on the G, 7th D hammering on to 9, 5th D hammering on to 7. So again, the pointer finger is always kind of helping us move down a position as we go through this stuff. I think it's important to keep recapping this lick as we go through it. So far we should have this. Next what you're going to do is shift down again to the 4th fret with the 1st finger on the D string and play 4 hammering on 5. After this you're going to play the 7th fret on the A string, 4th fret D, and then here's the one pull off in the whole lick. 7 on the A, pulling off to 4, and then hammer on to 5. That ends you on your root note of D, or again if you're on a B minor chord, that'd be on the flat third of that chord, so it's still in key right there. Either way it works. Okay, so all together with extreme close-up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! As for the right hand, there's nothing terribly specific you need to worry about doing. The picking in this lick isn't so fast that it really demands a certain style of picking one way or the other. You could probably play the entire lick with just downstrokes, you know. Whenever I play it, I tend to use a little bit of a mix of hybrid picking and downstrokes, and a few upstrokes in there, I guess, too. Mainly, whenever I'm using the hybrid picking, using my middle finger here to pluck strings, it's to avoid going back to a string I've left. So in other words, whenever I'm playing that first part, see, I'll use the hybrid picking right there when I return to the high E string. That way my pick doesn't have to dart all the way back down here, then get back up to the B string. Mainly in my style of playing, and I think a lot of other players that use hybrid picking, it's mainly used to avoid needless string hops with the pick, you know? If I can just grab this one note on this single string, like that, rather than making my whole, you know, arm hand apparatus jump back down there, it's better just to use it then. So mainly whenever I use hybrid picking, it's to play single notes on the high strings. So you saw them all the way through there, just playing the single notes on the strings. The main thing I want you guys to be really conscious of whenever you're practicing this lick and other licks involving legato is to be very conscious about your timing. Whenever you play this lick, it shouldn't sound like this, with the hammer-ons being really rushed and really like out of time. It shouldn't sound like that at all. It should sound totally even 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and what I find with a lot of players is that whenever they start playing legato, doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, their sense of time just completely flies out the window. It's like if they were picking it over here and this hand was, you know, in the driver's seat, they'd be able to, you know, really feel the time of it. But as soon as this hand is behind the wheel, the timing gets really off. So be sure to practice this. Probably with a metronome would be the best idea, to make sure that your timing is totally even and that your hammer-ons aren't just going by as fast as you can grab them, but rather in a timely manner in accordance to the beat. Da 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 da. Or whatever the tempo might be at that time. So there you go, guys. A cool lick to get you guys legatoing like dang crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's lick. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, be sure to follow me on the old Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/Uncle Ben Eller and like my new fan page, which I would very much appreciate. You can also use your phone rig for something other than catching Pokemans, and follow me on the Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. Also, if you'd like to snag some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, be sure to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. I'll let you back as soon as I can, and we'll talk about rates and times. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for another cool lick next week. And also be sure to drop me a comment and let me know if there's a particular lick or riff that you would like to see featured on Weekend Wankshop. Cheers, guys.